Oh shit. Here we go. Back at it. Couple days break. What, about 10 days? Man, my mind has been just blank. Blank. Shout out to all y'all for the support as well. Fucking, I don't know, man. Reached out on Twitter, let y'all know that I'm taking a break. I don't need this shit. See, I'm putting in the earpiece as if I'm fucking Let's try this shit again. We in here? We in here? Unfucking believable. Well, anyway. I wanted this whole fucking tirade about how mental health and all that shit and how I'm feeling. Trying to get back to y'all, and then none of it fucking recorded. So, I don't know what you heard. I don't know what you're hearing. But where we at, we right here. Straight up. Let's just get into it, man. Graham reached out last night, asked me how long Kushida was going to hold the Cruiserweight title for. My thoughts on Kushida pre-Survivor Series was that he'd be the one to take the belt off of Finn. That's how well he was wrestling. And it's only been getting better. I'm so surprised he's over on the Cruiserweight. And to be honest, I don't know how much Santos Escobar went on to 205 Live. But you got to think he's going to get past Jordan Devlin. And you got to think that he is going to find a way to hold it for a while, but I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're gonna, because he's not big enough star power to go to directly to 205 Live. So I don't know how much he stays on, and he's not much of a promo guy either. So I don't know what this looks like. You know, part of what Escobar was doing, LDF was a big part of that. You know, and they've carried it from the tournament through, you know, to where we are now. So I don't know what any of this means. I don't know where any of this goes. But when, you know, here's another weird fucking thing, right? Kushida, since he came back, which again, I don't remember when that was, but I know it involved Velveteen Dream and all that shit. Since he's come back, he's been untouchable in wins and losses. We're still invested regardless. His match against Pete Dunne was fucking great. And we still want everything for him, especially if it's a really good match against a really good opponent. If he fought Ciampa tomorrow and lost after 12 minutes, you're not mad at that. Hey, we just got another great Kushida match. Now, yes, we do need wins to build and build and build. But he has this, so he has a 205 Live title. Is he going to spend a lot of time over there? I don't know. Is he going to be able to carry the division on NXT? I don't know, because he's not much of a promo guy. So we'll see. I am interested. I'm a huge Kushida guy. I think Kushida is fucking incredible. Being able to have great technical matches is, I mean, it's an art form in itself. So he's on another level. He deserves some type of title. I really thought he was going to get the North American from Johnny. I really thought that he was going to move towards the main title. I just don't think that he needs the Cruiserweight. So we'll see if he can add something to the Cruiserweight Championship in NXT. Justin Time 211, shouts homie for being in the YouTube chat. I'm only disappointed that, and he says, I'm only disappointed that Kushida wanted to get out of the junior heavyweight division, which is pretty much Japan's cruiserweight division, and is right back in there. Happy he's won the title. Okay, so, I mean, I get that, and honestly, you can tell from the way he wrestles, he doesn't want to wrestle like a cruiserweight, which is fine too, right? Because even when Neville went down to the cruiserweight, he's a high flyer, but he's not really a high flyer. So that type of technician in the cruiserweights, I always think is a good thing. And I read some people on Twitter saying that, what would a cruiserweight division look like with Ricochet, Ali, Cedric Alexander? I'm like, yeah, that's basically what it was before. There was somebody else they threw in there too. And I'm like, that's what it was before. Ali and Alexander came from there. They had great cruiserweight matches, fantastic cruiserweight matches. I would love to see a cruiserweight Saturday show or even a Thursday show. If we had 205 Live Thursday on USA, I think that would be dope. 8 o'clock. Would you tune in? You know what I mean? I think you change it to, well, I guess you kind of got to leave it purple, but You got to find a way to make it more appealing because I think the purple actually isn't that appealing. Excuse me. But it needs to be on TV because we can't just turn on the network when they want us to. It has to be when we want, and it just doesn't. For some reason, it just doesn't work the same way. Or maybe there's another Peacock affiliated network, so something else that NBC Universal owns, right? Like not a sci-fi, something a little bit stronger than that. And maybe we can get a Saturday show or a Thursday show with the cruiserweights. Give us 2 hours and then put Ricochet over there, put Ali over there, put Cedric Alexander over there, put the guys who can go. And here's another thing too. Shouts to the Hurt Business and Retribution, right? People are saying bring Ali and Cedric over to 205 Live. They were already there. But now you want them there. Why do you want them there? 2 reasons, right? 1, star power, because they have it to go over to Cruiserweight. But you think they deserve more. Why do you think they deserve more? Because they got over. They got over with Retribution and the Hurt Business. So I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if Kushida and Ricochet and Ali and Alexander all went over to 205 Live, but you gotta have it as a prominent show. Gotta have it as a prominent show. Oh, I had this dope thought too. My man JB, I know you're gonna hear this. What if Daniel Cormier joined WWE and he went after the 205 Live title? How great would that be? This guy used to cut weight to go to fucking 205 in the UFC, held the title. Who more legit than him to take the 205 title in fucking WWE? And he, of course, he's never looked like he could weigh 205. Even when he fought at heavyweight, I think he was like 243, 248, some shit like that. So I thought that'd be pretty dope optic. I know he's not going to want to cut weight for the purpose, but they could gimmick the scale and shit because he's never looked like it. But maybe he drops down to like 230 on the regular, 225 on the regular, and then fucking goes after the 205 Live title. I thought that would be fucking amazing. Especially if they give him a Saturday show. That shit would be dope. All right. What do we got here? So that was one of them. The other one was, let me pull up the name. Let me pull up the name. And shouts to Bedlam Medium. Bedlam Media, they posted their tweet today. I told them I'm not trying to compete, but I'm going live in a couple of minutes, and he said y'all better go listen and participate too. So I appreciate Scott and the crew over there. Bedlam Medium, they fucking kill it, man. They pumping shit out. So a little bit behind the scenes of what I've been doing the last week or so. I haven't downloaded any podcasts. I tried listening to Marsh and Wrestling on the Rocks, and I just couldn't. Like, the way my ears and the way I was feeling and my mentals, and I knew if I couldn't listen to a homie like him, I wasn't going to be able to download or listen to other people's stuff. I've been so fucked up mentally with the whole DMX stuff that it took until yesterday to put his music back on again. I needed a full week to kind of just let my brain go. I listened to the first four albums yesterday. I got the 5th one on deck for when I'm outside doing yard work later today. But and then after I was able to do that, I listened to a couple podcasts, non-wrestling related, to see if I can listen to people talk. And it's working, but I don't know if it's screen time, if it's everything mentally just being exhaustive. I don't know. But I haven't listened to anybody's stuff. But yes, Justin Time 211 in the YouTube chat. # join the Bedlam. Scott's doing killer work. But what I did, Scott and the crew, I don't want to just give him credit. I just know Scott's at the forefront of doing a whole bunch of cool shit. What I did do is I went into my feeds and I was like, let me at least give everybody plays, right? And I just let my phone run on plays with a whole bunch of shit. And I remember the Bedlam started, let me see if I pull it up here. Bedlam started like a couple months after I did. Oh no, they started before I did. Okay, so I caught them a little bit late into their run. But yeah, because they started WrestleMania 36 area. Okay. I saw them a couple months into my run. And let's see here. That was when they were only doing 2 shows, if I'm not mistaken. They were doing just SmackDown and Raw, SmackDown and Raw. And then, yeah, in September, they had Raw, and RIP to Animal, and then a SmackDown, Clash of Champions, Raw, TakeOver, SmackDown, Raw, AEW Anniversary, SmackDown, Raw, Bound for Glory. So they were doing Raw and SmackDown, and then all the specialty shit. And these motherfuckers, over the last 6 months, have been putting in fucking work. Putting in work with video game shows, fucking AEW reviews at all times. Like, these guys are on it. So shouts to Bedlam. It's a media_Bedlam on Twitter. Them guys are dope. I've shouted y'all out a bunch. I really do appreciate the work they put in. It's inspiration to hustle for sure. I send them a grinding gif every once in a while because them motherfuckers is out there, man. But they're up to 187 episodes, so shout. I believe this is episode 85 for me. This will be released as an audio version. So if on the audio version you're like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. The other question I got sent to me was at Twitter handle at your boy D Horn, your friend D, which I don't think we follow each other. We just got caught together from I don't know, somebody tweeting like crazy, probably the Brainbuster boys, them motherfuckers. But he says, who do you think will eventually take the title off of Bobby Lashley? It's a great question because I don't fantasy book, so I don't care. And then Graham's fucking trolling ass said, Vince. Of course. That's what he does. I don't want this guy to have a title. Take it off him again. Fucking Graham. Shouts to Graham. Graham's the man. Realistically, probably Drew. Realistically, it's Drew. I saw a preview for Raw saying that he demands answers from MVP. Whatever the fuck that means. You can let it wait a week, but you can't come by 2 days later. I didn't understand. Yeah, probably Drew. I think these two guys. Well, here's all right. So here's the fucked up part about the whole story, right? They built it to be a one-off. It took me this long. It took me that long. Not this is what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. It was all about the all-encompassing journey. So if you overcome the entire 16 years or 15 years, I think Drew's up to 24 years now. If you overcome all of that in one match, then it's not about what you've been doing lately. Had they built it as a what we've been doing lately, I think we can get a better run out of this program. But I think they're tailor-made for a program. I think both of them, the way they wrestle and who their characters are built for a program. And the fact that they've only had, one real title match, it's kind of weird. I mean, they call it WrestleMania Backlash this year. Okay, so I assume they would wrestle there. The problem is they have such a hard time with with undercard storylines, non-title storylines, that Braun and Randy and who else came out? No, it wasn't Sheamus. Was Riddle out there putting his face in that business? I can't remember. But whoever was out there, talking that shit, if they're not in the title match, they haven't been able to write those stories. The only time they were able to write those stories, real legit shit, in the last couple years, is Roman. Roman and Bray. Roman and Strowman. They haven't been... Roman and Cena. They haven't been able to build that shit for really anyone else on the underneath. They did it with Seth for a little bit, but that he still had Money in the Bank. So I'm wondering if there is a place to go. I tell you though, I've been really excited about how this is gonna shape up going forward. Right, we're coming out of Mania with the opportunity to do a whole bunch of shit. But I don't know if they're going to land a plane with the writing, man. I don't know if they're going to be able to get us there. I don't know if they're going to be able to get us there. So to answer your question, D Horn, I think Drew, and hopefully we get like, you know, build the pay per views properly until SummerSlam, and just have them trade the title per pay per view, Sasha Charlotte style. Let them fucking go back and forth, trying to one up each other, and make it about the two of them, and you can build an actual feud between the two of them. I think that's the way to go. But they're doing something with Strowman and Randy and getting all of them back into the title scene. So I don't know, but I think it would be best served as just the two of them going back and forth, pay-per-view to pay-per-view, dropping the title to each other. Because then you can build an instant feud. That's just my guess. I don't know. I guess that's it. Nobody else wanted to ask any fucking questions. It's all good, though. All good. Let's see here. How good was Cesaro and Jey Uso last night? Jey Uso really can fucking go. And then I had I had looked away, and I saw they showed the back of Seth Rollins. I thought it was Jimmy. I was like, oh shit, Jimmy's back. Of course it wasn't. But it says we got one on Twitch, one on YouTube. I'm assuming Justin, that's you over on YouTube, who we got on Twitch. Question. Give me a question. What do you got? Say anything. Any question. I tell you, they did a good job on Monday, I thought, with The Fiend and Alexa. Because as Marsh and I were trying to figure out during the watch along, is like who has the power. And I love the shedding through fire into a brand new, and then even Bray said it in this alternate reality or some shit like that. That's what the Funhouse is, and I've always had that thought. That this was a new place, a state of mind, if you will. But yeah, I think Alexa not taking the Fiend's power is an issue, because she said that she had it within her all along, which is dope, but there's no base to that. She introduced Lily, but the base to the Fiend and its energy was Sister Abigail, through something in which the OG Bray Wyatt had. But this Lily, which I thought they did a fantastic job with the graphics on the mouth, I was like, oh, that's fucking dope. I find it interesting that, again, they had Alexa say that she had the power within her at all times. I didn't find that part of the story that they've been telling. So I do want to see where it goes forward, absolutely. And my reservations going into WrestleMania were no longer coming out of WrestleMania. Like, what do we do going forward? Because as soon as the Fiend shed the skin, it went back to OG Fiend to wrestle, and all the burnt came off. I was like, okay, we're back. That's exactly how you do it. They did it phenomenally, all that shit. So we'll see how this goes. I'm glad the Funhouse is back and all that shit too. They did a really good job talking about how to get there. Justin Time 211 YouTube chat says, should Walter be the one to dethrone Cross and go on to dominant run as NXT UK and NXT champion? No, because I think in a real world, NXT UK really works for what it is. I don't think you need to have both. Here's a question to your question. What does NXT UK look like without Walter? And I don't think it's. I mean, Walter's a fucking attraction. That guy, the way he wrestles, his performances are fucking incredible. His ability to sell, the way he was selling his hand during the whole match, and then overcoming everything Ciampa had to go at him. I don't think NXT looks well without him, but I also don't think in even a non-COVID vacuum, it makes sense for him to go back and forth every week. I don't find that to be a good idea. Especially when they film on back-to-back days, or at least they air on back-to-back days. I don't know what the filming schedule is like for NXT UK, but if they go to live, it's of course definitely not a good idea because you want to be on both shows, right? I do think Imperium is special though, and the fact that everyone else is on NXT proper, I do find it interesting that Walter isn't over on NXT proper. My problem with that is the standard internet wrestling community response to that is that Vince would fuck up Walter. I have a feeling that if Walter fully comes stateside, he'd end up on Raw or SmackDown by himself without Imperium, and I don't like that. I like the fact that he's called the General. He has soldiers. Imperium, I do think is something special that everyone holds their own weight. They all have a little bit tweaked different into their wrestling style. So having Walter run double duty would be fine. I'll tell you this. I'd be fine with it. If that happened, I'd be fine with it. I do think it can't last. Walter not taking losses, how long can that go for? As of now, he's not even burying the people that he's beating. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Dragunov is a name now. People want to see him. The shit he did with Ciampa was fucking epic. Pete Dunne is not worse for wear. I mean, he was, but he's not. Tyler Bates not a scrub. He's got a whole new character over there. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. I do like Walter having it. I do like Walter being a champion for a very long time. If he comes over to NXT proper, though, it's not going to last long. I don't think it's going to last long, and I don't think Imperium exists for a while. I thought Pat McAfee on commentary last night was awesome. I thought he was a breath of fresh air from what guest commentating usually is. Even though he's a full-time commentator, he's only going to get better. I got real problems with Adnan Virk. I'm very familiar with him from ESPN. He has a way of carrying highlights and even hosting shows that's really well done. The fact that he's so fucking illiterate when it comes to wrestling is a real fucking problem. It's a real problem. And he tries to do the up and down voice that Vince used to do, and it's not working. WWE is very good at recognizing shit not going to work. I mean, they fucking let Eric Bischoff go after 3 days. You know what I mean? I don't think this is going to be lasting long. Who was it? Was it Vic Joseph that was on Raw for a while? I think your money commentary teams right now would be McAfee and Cole, and then you put the band back together on Raw. Cole, Saxton, and Phillips. That's the way to do it. If you have Cole, Saxton, and Phillips on Raw, you have fucking gold in commentary. So I don't know how long Adnan's going to be around. Look, if he turns it around and makes it work, that's fine. I think Cole and McAfee will be just fine together. I think we're going to see something. Fuck it, I'll say it. We'll see something JR and Lawler out of them. If this lasts, if it's 2 years, we're going to see some fucking JR and Lawler shit. Justin Time 211 says, with McAfee being on SmackDown, do you think that's a sign Adam Cole goes to SmackDown as well? I thought about that, and I don't. The only reason why I don't like that idea, and I'll tell you this too. SmackDown and Raw, they do a really good job at making you forget about NXT. So even if McAfee and Cole are on SmackDown together, I don't even know if they bring it up, to tell you the truth. Because they said former NXT superstar, but they didn't even, hint at in-ring shit. Even when McAfee was calling moves and he knows what they are because he he wrestled and he knows wrestling. He was like, because were they talking about the chops, I think, and McAfee's like, oh, well, I just got here. So, they were trying to make it seem like he was a fresh face to it, even though he did work in NXT. So, we're not stupid. We understand what that is, but I don't think that they touch it. I really don't. I don't think they want him to do anything in ring. I would love for him to take announcer bumps. That would be fucking cool. But yeah, I don't think Adam Cole goes to SmackDown because of McAfee. I think Adam Cole, if he does go to SmackDown, is for something completely different. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. It's not what WWE does. Fucking Ciampa and Gargano were in a fucking blood feud in NXT, and they brought them up as tag partners. You know what I mean? So I don't think, no. I don't think that McAfee and Cole would be on the same program for the sake of what happened in NXT. I wouldn't think that they're connected at all. But yeah, as far as commentary goes, I thought he did a fantastic job. And if he gets better and better, there's a genuine excitement to what he has to say. And him as a host on his own radio show, he knows how to lead the charge. So they will start tagging each other in the proper way with the full-on, I'll lob it, alley-oop, dunk, alley-oop, dunk. So they'll definitely set each other up real well. But I have real big concerns for Adnan. That was bad. It was really bad. He called Ivar Eric Ivar. Like, I get it, but you can also lay out. You know what I mean? Like, if you're getting it wrong, and I know somebody's telling him that he's wrong, and he did a good job apologizing and trying to save face for what he was doing, but us as wrestling fans, we expect perfection across the board, right? I think he has a short leash, though. I think Adnan has a short leash. Maybe 1 or 2 more weeks. Maybe 1 or 2 more weeks. If it doesn't get any better. And then I would love to see Tom Phillips back. I think he's really fucking good at it. He carries that center role really well. And Graves is fucking fantastic, especially when him and Saxton are going back and forth. Let's see here. Something else I wanted to touch on. Let me see. You know what? I got some notes from Stand and Deliver. I couldn't continue watching WrestleMania again. It just wasn't working. Let's see. You know what? And I only got to Escobar and Devlin. I thought that was a dope match. I saw a lot of people shitting on it, but whatever. I need some Tia and Shah in my life, though. Where the fuck's Xia Li been? We're getting all this NXT content, and we ain't got Xia Li. What the fuck? Where's Tia and Shah? I need this. And didn't they hit a tag team match? Did I miss it or something? I thought they were hinting at a tag team match. Or did that just happen this Wednesday? I don't fucking know. Look, I told you, I've been in such a brain fog. I'm trying to get through the brain fog and really fucking, really push forward on this. And we're getting there, though. We're getting there. I think, I might have been a little bit ambitious for WrestleMania season. And thank you, Just in Time 211, for doing Stand and Deliver pre-show with me. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Matt Red Fox, for coming through. Matt Red Fox of the Night 11 podcast. WrestleMania preview, 3.5 hours. Awesome show, man. And thank you to my guys, JB, Chris Dredd over at Chat Grappling Cheap Pops for doing a WrestleMania preview. I'm pulling up my numbers right fucking now, and I'm going to let you guys know. Across the board, those 3 episodes are now in the top 10 listened of all my episodes. So thank you guys. Fucking thank you. Okay, so Red Fox didn't get there because it's 3.5 hours. But yeah, as far as analytics go, man, you guys are right fucking there. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much. It was a fucking blast. It looks like I got 10 days since I released an episode. Shouts to the homie Lou, man. Uncle Lou to my son. It's his birthday today. I fucking love that man. He's such a hard body asshole. I tell him I love him all the time, and he never says it back. I got him really drunk one night. He's like, "Love you too, man." I was like, "What?" Well, man, Lou, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, Uncle Lou. You're the fucking man. You are the fucking man. He's out of town. When he comes back in town, we're going to hang out for sure. A little drink, a little spark, all that shit. We'll have some fun. Have some fucking fun. That's my guy. It's my fucking guy. Okay. Let's get into this. Let's call it a pseudo. Speaking of growth, my friend, Just in Time 211 says the growth continues. Speaking of growth, I am joining PopCultureWrestling.com. My guy TK, he reached out to me. Fuck, I don't even know. See if I can bring it up because I just want to let y'all know I'm an OG in this game. March 24th, he reached out to me. And I told him, I said, dude, I got so much planned for WrestleMania that I don't want to focus on cross-promotion or adding another responsibility. Let me get through WrestleMania and we'll link up. April 16th, yesterday, I hit him up. I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. I've been so fucked up, man. Powering through all this shit. But PopCultureWrestling.com, TW Takes Podcast. We are now going to be working together going forward. I'm excited about it. You know, TK is doing some really cool shit. Highlighting other podcasts. He dropped the podcast of his own. I thought that was pretty dope. I don't know what he's calling it because the icon and the title were two separate fucking things. So just go to PopCultureWrestling.com. Check out the podcast section. Check out all the dope people over there. My guys, Main Event Marks, we started out around the same time too. Last Minute Podcast is over there. A couple other OGs. The TNT show is over there. Some cool shit. Some cool shit. So, yeah, I'm going over there too, PopCultureWrestling.com. I'm excited. We gotta build the brand, man. We gotta get this shit. We gotta get this shit to the next level. You know, go from 15, 20, 25 listeners to 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 listeners a show, and just keep the ball rolling, man. Another shout out, another major shout out. Let me go here to Google Docs. The Wrestling Journal podcast at WrestleBuzz with 3 Z's. They did a 1,000 follower giveaway. And these guys are dope, man. These guys are dope. They said, yeah, man, you won. I won their 1,000th follower giveaway. And they said, any shirt you want. I said, all right, well, where's your merch? Let me see. Let me support the show. They're like, oh, no, man. We'll send it to you from AEW shop or WWE shop, or we can just Venmo you the money. I was like, oh, man, like, I'd rather support your show. Like, let me support your show. So I said, you know what? I'd say it took a couple of beats to kind of figure things out. I'm like, well, if you're going to Venmo me, I don't know, $25, $30 for a t-shirt, and I can just buy my own, I'm like, well, why don't you Venmo me $25 on that TW Takes t-shirt 2-pack, that hot tag 2-pack? And there's 4 guys on the show. I said, fuck it, pick 4 shirts. I'll send you 4 shirts. And then I'll donate that $25 to Autism Speaks. And we'll just do this shit together. We're a fucking podcast community, man. So that was on April 2nd. On April 2nd, Autism Speaks was doing a match your donation. So I donated $25 then, and I put TW Takes Podcast and WrestleBuzz as the joint donors for that. And they got back to me, and I sent them shirts. And I think that's a better way to do it. And we agreed. Those guys over at WrestleBuzz, they put on a really funny show. It's four guys who just go back and forth bullshitting on wrestling. It's a really fun dynamic. I just got into the show, and then all the WrestleMania stuff and the DMX stuff got to me, and I haven't been able to listen since. I know they drop about weekly when they get a chance to get together. So check them out at WrestleBuzz, the Wrestling Journal podcast. Like I said, the 1,000th follower giveaway. Instead of me accepting money for free, they shot me a $25 purchase on the website, twtakes.podcast.com/TWTs. I donated the whole $25 to Autism Speaks. So thank you, WrestleBuzz, for doing this joint thing together. Had I not won the 1,000th giveaway, I don't know what would have happened. You know, I might have just thrown $10 to it for the sake of. Shout out to Mr. Chaos, too, because he's the one that put me up on the fact it's Autism Month. He's a father of a child who is thriving with autism. Mr. Chaos, you're the fucking man. Thank you for putting that out there, because if not, I wouldn't have been aware that it was Autism Month. So they got my $25, which is also $25 from WrestleBuzz. So there's 3 podcasts working together to get this shit, not just through growth of wrestling, but growth of humanity. So I appreciate y'all. Shouts to WrestleBuzz. At WrestleBuzz with 3 Z's. The Wrestling Journal podcast on your podcast feed. 1,000 follower giveaway. Thank you. But instead of a giveaway, like I said, we did a joint venture. They bought the $25 t-shirt pack. I sent them a shirt for each person. And I donated the $25 to Autism Speaks in both our names. I think it was a great way to handle a giveaway. It's such an important thing to support our people as a whole. You know, I'm not affected by anyone with autism. It's not in my family whatsoever. But people I care about do have to deal with it, and any way I can help out, especially when it makes sense. So, shouts to WrestleBuzz for doing that joint venture. I thought it was really dope of them to accept something like that. I appreciate y'all for that. And Mr. Chaos, again, thank you for putting me up on game that it was Autism Awareness Month. Shouts to Justin Todd 211 in the chat, says a well-deserved applause, homie. Thank you. I believe you sent that with the joining Pop Culture Wrestling. Yeah, I appreciate that, my man. This shit's gonna be fun, man. I don't know what the future holds. I'm really, really excited. Really, really excited. I look forward to doing as much dope shit as possible. You know, that's always been the goal. Again, no shade at Sam Roberts. Damn, excuse me. No shade at Sam Roberts. He says he does a wrestling podcast, you know, as a wrestling fan for wrestling fans, and he's close. He's close. I mean, the fact that he works for WWE, we know it's a little bit jaded, a little bit contrived, but I think he leaves his show a little bit too much up to himself and his thoughts. I don't think he involves the audience enough, unless you pay for it. So get on that Patreon if you want to join his show. You can join my show for free on Twitter at TW Takes Podcast, on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Bishop TW Takes is out there. BishopTWTakes@gmail.com. TWTakesPodcast.com for all audio links. TWTakesPodcast.com/TWTs for all these dope shirts behind you. TWTakesPodcast.com/international for the international shop. There's a link there to Teespring. Does fulfillment to Europe. Also to the U.S., it has premium merch on there too. You know, I didn't just uplist it for the sake of. Nope, it's uplisted because it's better quality materials than standard shit. So, I also have some other shit coming in the mail as far as products. I still have these Bishop pins that I haven't listed yet because I ordered different pins. And I'm doing a 2-pin 2-pack eventually once those come in. Again, some more dope shit. Got some stickers coming as well. I got to put these packs together, but one step at a time. You know, we're going on vacation the month of May for a week. and I'm going to take a little bit of time away. That's where I was hoping my break would come from, but that break's going to be well-deserved as well. So I'm looking to go live Wednesdays and Saturdays. That's my goal. Saturdays are Brunch with Bishop. Wednesdays, I'm putting on the Wednesday Night War, man. I'm trying to go head-to-head with AEW and see what's good. We might even put it on and talk that shit. So I'm looking to do about 2 hours each day. This one's going to be cut short a little bit. All good with me. Questions really didn't come through. That's fine. You know, we do our thing. We get in here, we talk shit, and then we move. Plus, got some shit going on today anyway. Little man starts baseball. He's got baseball today, football tomorrow, do all kinds of shit. But I'll be taking my notes throughout the week. Looking forward to do, Wednesday would be Raw and NXT recap, plus general shit talk. And then on Saturdays again, we'll do SmackDown with some general shit talk, Q&A all day. Other than that, I got nothing. Justin, thank you for coming through in the chat. Graham, thank you for your question on Kushida. Your boy, fucking forgot his name. Let me get back to it. Shit. Your boy D. God damn it. Your boy D Harn. At your boy D Harn on Twitter. Thank you for your Bobby Lashley question. Again, I think Kushida holds it for, let's just say, X amount of months, because I don't think he goes back and forth. And Lashley, I think he drops the title to Drew, but I would hope that's in a sequence of their feud. Justin, I don't think Adam Cole goes to SmackDown for the sake of Pat McAfee being there. And no, I don't think... what was the other thing I disagree with you on? Let me scroll up in the chat. I don't think Walter does double duty. I don't. Be a hell of a match, though. And I think Walter would win. But I don't think he does double duty. That's all I got. Let's not drag this out anymore. TWTakesPodcast.com. TWTakesPodcast.com/TWTs. TWTakesPodcast.com/international. Check them all out. Like, subscribe, all that shit. I need to raise the numbers on everything, because, hey, the more followers, the more numbers on all platforms, the more free money comes your way. So check me out. Like, subscribe, rate, review, all that shit you do for everyone else, do it for me too. If you don't do it for them, don't worry about doing it for me. I'm not here to beg. I'm here to have some fun. So other than that, till next time.